everybody, welcome back to the Hip Horse. Tommy D along with Johnnie Lowe. We are hot on the Triple Crown races and the Belmont Stakes, the last jewel of the Triple Crown. Right here, the 154th running Belmont. Johnnie, my favorite time of the year in New York, the Belmont Stakes. How we doing?
We're doing really well. It looks like a card full of Grade 1 races. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the books. A lot of small fields, though. People have been kind of clowning on California racing for having the 5-horse fields. Well, we're going to have them on Belmont Stakes Day as well. So it's a lot of smaller fields, a lot of good horses. It should be a good day of racing overall.
Yeah, you pick and choose some short fields, but try to find some winners in there. If you could place your bets right, you could get some money back. Belmont Stakes 2022. First of all, thanks for joining us. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe. You're listening to us on the Believe Network and watching us on YouTube, everybody. We're going to talk about the Belmont Stakes. Johnnie, let's take a look at the field real quick, and then we'll give a top three. Anything you want to discuss before we move on? First of all, actually, before I jump to you, congratulations to the winner of our Preakness contest. The $50 gift card was mailed out, so congratulations to Kurt. Thanks for joining along. We're going to do another contest for the Belmont. We're going to keep it rolling back, so make sure you put your top three down in the comments down there, and you got a chance to win. We're going to do another $50 gift card, Amazon gift card. Let's go for it. Let's keep it running here in the Belmont. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to be a winner. All right, enough of that, Johnnie. Anything else you want to talk about before we jump through the field here and give out the picks here? What do you think about the 3-year-olds so far? You know, is this one of the better classes, weaker classes? What are your thoughts currently, the last two races we saw, the Triple Crown?
So I think the Derby was just a cluster, and so many horses with that fast pace, and everything fell apart, and not a whole lot of horses closed. Obviously, Rich Strike did. I think it's a better quality crop than people are going to give it credit for at this point. Seeing early voting come in and win the Preakness, Epicenter's a nice horse. I still have a lot of high hopes for Taiba. I think that horse has a high ceiling, a lot of potential there. This race, the Belmont race, somebody's probably going to move forward out of this, although it's not really a race that... I don't know, in the last few years, horses have been coming out and really excelling. I mean, Sir Winston, 'Tis the Law, he won that race and then came back and won the Travers. Although the statistics I'm going to give you today, I'm leaving out the 2020 Belmont Stakes. It was a one-turn mile and an eighth, and it basically, in name only, has anything in common with the race this weekend. With things like that being said, one thing that was a big issue going into the Preakness because Rich Strike didn't run, was that the Preakness was too close in time to the Kentucky Derby. Well, we had 3 horses from the Derby and 1 filly from the Oaks running that race. 3 different horses from the Derby and a filly from the Oaks are running in this race 5 weeks later. So is it really the time in between the races? I don't know. I mean, that's up for debate. I think a lot of the horses from the Derby that are quality horses are skipping the last 2 legs of the Triple Crown because the Derby went so bad. Everybody's kind of regrouping. I think later in the year we're going to really see what the talent is going to amount to that came out of the Derby, more than just in these 2 legs of the Triple Crown. I think it's going to shine through in these later races where everybody's kind of pointing their horses.
Yeah, Johnnie, you know, talking about the distance here, this is the Champions track at Belmont, 1.5 miles. This is the tough track to win at, the Test of the Champions, the run for the Carnations here at Belmont. Belmont Stakes, 154th running, Johnnie. This has been running since 1866. This is the oldest race of the Triple Crown. Let's take a look at the field. Number 1, We the People, 2-1 morning line. Rudolph Brissett trains the son of Constitution. Flavian Pratt rides, won the Peter Pan Grade 3 impressively. Last time winning by 10 plus lengths there. Won 3 out of 4 career starts. Only loss came 7th place in the Arkansas Derby. Morning line favorite, We the People. Number 2, Skippy Longstocking, 20-1, finished 5th in the Preakness last start. Upcoming trainer Saffie Joseph Jr., very solid trainer. Finished 3rd in the Wood Memorial, has 10 starts, 2 wins, 1 place, and 2 show. This 3-year-old colt, Manny Franco, gets the call. Manny Franco was aboard 'Tis the Law in 2020. Number 3, Nest, 8-1 morning line. This filly taking on the boys for Todd Pletcher. Last filly to win the Belmont was Rags to Riches in 2007. Won the Ashland Grade 1 by 8+ lengths. Lost to Secret Oak in the Kentucky Oaks by 2 lengths. 6 starts, 4 wins, 1 place, 1 show. So we got a game filly here in the mix. Number 3, Nest. Number 4, Rich Strike. Won the Kentucky Derby at 80-1. All eyes are on Rich Strike, beating out 19 others in that one. Connections decide to skip the Preakness to get ready for the Belmont. Eric Reed trades, and Sonny Leon going to try to come back with another unbelievable ride and try to get it done in the Belmont. 8 starts, 2 wins, 0 place, 3 show for Rich Strike. Both wins coming over the Churchill Downs track. Rich Strike, morning line 7-2. Targets on the back there. Number 5, Creative Minister, in the money in all 4 starts for trainer Kenny McPeak. Finished 3rd in the Preakness last start. This improving colt, the connections love this colt. Really improving. Number 5, Creative Minister at 6-1. Number 6, Modinagle, 7-2 morning line. Finished 5th in the Kentucky Derby last out. Nice closing move to beat out 15 others. Did win the Wood Memorial 2 starts back, beating Early Voting, who won the Preakness. This colt also won the Rebson. He got solid connections with Todd Pletcher and Irad Ortiz Jr. Number 7, Golden Glider, 20-1 morning line. Finished 2nd in the Peter Pan behind We the People. Lost quite a bit lengths there. Mark Cassie does train. Dylan Davis in the boot. 6 starts, 2 wins, 2 plays, 1 show. Career record there for Golden Glider, number 7. Number 8, Barber Road, son of Race Day, trained by John Ortiz. Joel Rosario will be aboard this 3-year-old colt. Finished 6th in the Kentucky Derby last start. And Joel Rosario has 2 wins in the Belmont with Sir Winston and Tonalist. That's your field, a field of 8. Small field, maybe not the best we've had, Johnny. But hey, it's still the Belmont Stakes, 154th running. Let's get to it. Top 3, number 3, who do we got?
Yeah, so in our top 3, I'm gonna start off number 3. We'll go with We the People. So We the People is by Constitution out of Letchworth by Tisnow. Constitution has done really well in the breeding shed, led by classic distance winner Tiz the Law and Grade 1 winner American Revolution. Constitution is by Tappet, who has owned this race. Since the turn of the century, nobody has sired more entrants with 11. He's had 4 winners, 2 seconds, and 2 third-place finishers. Much like the Travers, which is perennially dominated by the APND line, the Belmont Stakes, thanks mostly in part to Tappet, has been a race where horses from the line are must-use. Letchworth was unraced. Her other progeny are unremarkable. Second Dam Harmony Lodge won $850,000. Her half-sibling Graham Hall has seen some success as a stallion, and 3 of the first 5 on the Femline are black type. The horse kind of freaked last time out there in the rain. I guess you would say it was a good slop track, sealed track. If that happens again today and or on Belmont Day, and he goes to the front and nobody goes out there with him, he's got a good chance of stealing it.
Yeah, Johnny, We the People. I watched the interview with Rudolph Brissett. He's hoping it rains, 30% chance at the Belmont, guys. So pay attention to the weather there on that day. But number 3 on the mix, We the People, coming out of nowhere. Probably the last time we had a winner of the Peter Pan favorite in the Belmont. I don't know if this has ever happened, but We the People, 2-1 morning line. Who do we got at number 2 on the list, Johnny?
So number 2 is going to be Mo Donegal. He's by Uncle Mo out of Calling Miss Brown by Pulpit. Uncle Mo has been a nice refresh to the NXS line, throwing Derby winner Nyquist, Turf Monster Mo Forza, sprinters Yaupon on the dirt, and Golden Pal on the turf. The one thing the line has not done is had a runner in the Belmont Stakes. Neither Uncle Mo or sire Indian Charlie have sired a runner in the race. Calling Miss Brown has dropped 2 foals to race, both winners. Grade 1 winning Second Dam Island Sands earned over $1.1 million and dropped 3 six-figure earners. Pedigree-wise, I don't know if I can make as strong of a case for him as some of the others in the race, but I have a feeling that the class of this race, he might be able to stick around, probably be forwardly placed with Irad Ortiz.
Yeah, Modinago finished 5th in the Kentucky Derby last time. Nice closing move there, Johnny. This colt and the connections. Todd Pletcher know how to get it done at Belmont. Todd Pletcher has won with Rags to Riches, the filly, Palace Malice, and Tapright. 3 winners for Todd Pletcher, hoping to get a 4th one here. Modinago at number 2 on the Hip Horse top 3. All right, Johnny, who we got at number 1 on the Hip Horse top 3? Let's give it to him.
Yeah, so number 1, we're going to take a little bit of a swing here, but we're going to go with Creative Minister. So Creative Minister is by Creative Cause out of Tomboys by Tap It. Creative Cause has sired 1 runner in the Belmont Stakes, Twisted Tom, who ran 5th. His sire Giants Causeways had 4 runners, with Destin's 2nd place finish being his best. For what I view as a stamina line, it has had limited success in the Belmont Stakes, and the last horse from the Stormcat line to win was Justify, and before that, Tabasco Cat by Stormcat himself. Tomboys was 1 for 25 on the track, but dropped 6 black type 6-figure earners. Second Dam dropped Tapazar, her full sibling, who won the Breeders' Cup Mile. The Femline is loaded with producers. Although Tappet has been red hot as a stallion in the Belmont Stakes, the last winner to have a broodmare sired by the line was Lemon Drop Kid in 1999 out of Charming Lass by Seattle Slew. I think there's enough in this race for me to justify putting him as number 1 in this year's field. He has been doing really well, and I think he'll be kind of forwardly placed.
Yeah, number 1, Creative Minister, trained by Kenny McPeak. Johnny, not much value in the race, but we're going to throw a 6-1 out there at number 1 and take a shot here. This colt is coming into the race nice, improving. I mean, Kenny Peak, you watch his interviews, he is really enthusiastic about this colt and how it's improving. So coming into the race, and it looked nice in the the Preakness, finishing 3rd. So it can improve upon that. Maybe it can win the Belmont. Top 3 here on the Hip Horse. Johnny, before we get out of here, weather, the pace scenario, anything else we should talk about before we move on? A 1.5 mile distance at Belmont. This track is tough to win on for some horses coming from a different track if they're not used to the Champions track.
Well, one thing I will say is I'm sure everybody's wondering, what's the longest shot on the board look like? So I'm going to assume that Skippy Longstocking might be the longest shot on the board, and it actually has decent breeding. Exaggerator, who's by Curlin. Curlin sired, I think, 9 horses. That's ran in the Belmont. Palace Malice won. Out of Twinkling, who's by War Chant. It's a nice stamina line on the bottom. The horse probably is outclassed in here, but breeding-wise, the horse does have a shot. So if somebody is looking to throw a couple bucks on it, I guess you could justify that as a horse as a long shot play in here. With that being said, back to your original question about the track, it is a track that I think you have to have a little bit more stamina on your lines for. It's a tough track. It's a demanding track, and this distance is, I want to say, the only distance they run 2 turns around the track because it is so big. So the turns are nice and wide. There's no real sharp turns. So if you're stuck 4 or 5 wide going around a turn, you're stuck 4 or 5 wide for a long time. Position is very important here. I guess we're going to see what happens on Saturday.
Yeah, great points there, Johnny, about the Belmont track. We appreciate you following us here on the Hip Horse, Believe Network, and YouTube. Hit that like, subscribe, share us with your friends, everybody, and don't forget, Belmont contest. Put down in the comments down there, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in that order. And if you're the winner, you got a chance at a $50 gift card from Amazon. We already gave one out for the Preakness. We gave one out for the Derby. We're ready to give another one out, everybody. So stay tuned for more horse racing content here on the Hip Horse. Tommy D and Johnny Lowe, we appreciate you, and we'll catch you next time on the Hip Horse.